Do not fret, cameos.exe. You have been uploaded along with the others to Human. We will be able to receive your guidance through him. Thank you for running the scans for us as well. It is greatly appreciated. Ah, thank you so much, Alice. While it may be a shared consciousness, I don't think there is even one of us who isn't excited about this new planet and the prospect of moving even a little bit. Now, you have agreed with all the others on where to meet, correct? Along with plans for Jose and the sixth ship when you all finally meet each other when you all arrive? So, if this is a shared consciousness, which of us will pilot this thing? Or will this be a kinda like the Twitch adventures where we would kinda all just vote, and whichever action got the vote that would happen? Well, brainwashing and plans to become New Earth's queen through a bitter revenge aside, I say they took the solitary confinement quite well. I see. Well, how is everyone coming along otherwise? Nadezda still practicing his archery in ranged combat? Tabir got his architectural plans ready? I am also interested in how she is preparing. Perhaps she was looking into the original native songs, the type that rely on instruments like drums and flutes to help relationships with any possible natives. After all, the sweep came up with various species, but only mainly natural substances, so whatever life that may be here isn't too advanced. Don't worry, Nadezda, she, and Tabir are all still practicing their arts. She has dedicated the last 3 months to the flute. Tabir is finishing his study of architectural buildings suitable for the environment and materials they will begin with. Nadezda has become quite skilled with a bow, slingshot, and sword over the past 3 months. So, I assume we're ready to land? And once we do, what are we gonna do about Vide and Jose's inevitable release from solitary confinement? I know Nadezda has a couple of ways to keep them under control, but we'd have to take care of them quickly before they can do too much harm. Well, we seem as prepared as we can get for the moment. Is there anything else we could do, everyone? To be perfectly honest, I feel that we should be doing more to help. But if everything is arranged well, I suggest you all take appropriate positions so get ready for the impact with the atmosphere. The ships are all equipped with thermal protection to minimize heating of the interior, but that doesn't mean the way down is going to be smooth in the slightest.
Yes, it's a matter of timing. He'll have to recollect the slivers of doomed futures into focus so he can roughly predict which ship that lands belong to Alice, and which ones belong to the others, in a matter of most commonly seen glimpses, of course. Speaking of which, he's landed. Well now, here we are. See any peoples of the indigenous nature? If not, don't worry. Just be prepared in case of ambush from creature or man alike. Now, we should find landmarks. Try to stay close to the ship until Alice arrives with Human, so we can still see you and communicate. If you go too far and something happens, we have no way of telling the others what happened. One thing I have to notice is that this place looks awfully similar to our old Earth before World War III. Blue sky, green plants, and I might add that photosynthesis, the process that was responsible for both of the aforementioned, is far too complex for this to be coincidental. What's going on here? Although, we've at least confirmed the presence of life, which is simultaneously promising and terrifying. It is confirmed this place has life and breathable air. How about any animal species? Find random pair of pants among the grass. Nas, go for a run in the wilderness. Let's explore this Terra Nova. Awaken. Wait, that doesn't seem right. Nadeshta. Nadeshta, Wake up, hello. Nadeshda. Alright, we need to get someone over here. Is anybody else London nearby? We need to find someone before any life forms find him. Dream Nadeshda, where are you? A familiar golden city.
I'm somewhere I don't recognize, but also somewhere I feel like I've always been, in some shape or form.
Check chart for Tibet. Explore this new golden planet with a blue sun. He hears dead people. Ah, hey, hey, you lot. Yeah, he can hear you. He's always been able to see and hear you outside of the computer. Hyperaggressive Agent.exe is correct in thinking that programs being able to still contact him and see him like this would be very implausible. This doesn't exactly mean you'll always be able to be there for everybody at once. That's not how your body works for your uploaded minds right now. But his visions tend to extend beyond past and future events that generally end in destruction and death. He can actually see your dead souls, or a ghost. He's been able to see and hear you this entire time, which he's figured is linked to you being dead, and his visions seem to like honing in on death a lot. Nobody else obviously is able to see you all like this, and the last time we tried to explain it, well, you can probably expect it to sound as crazy as his visions. I understand your minds and the ghosts, souls, whatever you call those things, have been separated, but still somewhat connected. He's starting to think it's what's been stopping you all from moving on. Or so he's heard from religious research pertaining to old Earth about the death and spirits. Please, do not argue or worry so. He's fine and, uh, well, he doesn't know if he's okay or not, but he doesn't think he's dead, so that is something. Oh, I feel silly now. So you can hear and communicate with us here, right? Splendid. Well, you seem to be floating in mid-air currently, so how about you try moving and finding if anyone or anything is here? Maybe we can learn about this place considering we have no information. Ghost self. Well, Nadeshda, there are many pressing issues at the moment. Where the hell are we? What happened to your clothes? What is that big blue ball? And so on and so forth. Let's start clearing up the first big one. The status of your mortality. This one should be pretty easy to solve. Just try and put on my ghost glasses and tell me what you see, if anything. You know what this means, Nadeshda? It's time to explore. From what I can tell, we are in the Golden City, which is either being orbited by that blue planet or vice versa. We do not know how long you'll stay here, but we do know that we need the information. Also, I think this place looks oddly familiar to a lot of those AIs. It may just be me, but it really does. Nice. Do you recall how you got here? Ghost glasses. Wow, you sure are lively today. You suppose just being somewhere so new and unusual is a good enough reason, though. His hand seems to phase through your ghost glasses, so he's likely now confirmed to be not dead. NASA's been exploring it for a few minutes now. He thinks anyway. He is unaware of how time passes here. If it does at all. It all looks the same. Any glimpses of other life have yet to be found, but he has only started looking, so this may or may not be resolved soon. He doesn't remember how he got here, but it could be when he passed out, though he is entirely unaware of what time he actually passed out and how much of this is real or not. Well, have you gone inside any of these massive golden buildings? I am all for caution, but without knowing how to get out, we must go as far as we can. What do you make of these strange banners besides the point? Okay, now that we have established that you aren't dead, how are you floating? Alright. Sorry for being so excited over this. As much as we are dead, being able to fly around makes it seems like it's not as bad as it seems. Also, I never really realized that we have a corporeal form flying around. The fact that you are flying is indeed unreal and surprising to most of us, but this might be an advantage. You can cover more ground whilst exploring. We need all the information before you get pulled out of this fascinating but barren place. We need the information. I have ghostly feeling that this place isn't as barren as we think. The resting maiden. Good idea. Maybe he'll find life in one of them. So far he hasn't been able to figure out how he's floating, but oh. Oh. Well, there's Alice. What could she be doing here? Or is she here? I mean, is the Alice you have been talking to this Alice or the one before? Ah, now I'm confused. Well, is there anyone or anything in her room with her? You could look to see if there are any clues pertaining to this strange realm. Well, we don't know for a fact that this is actually Alice. We just know that this is a girl who looks suspiciously like Alice. We have no idea where or when this is, so we may not want to jump to conclusions just yet. Nadeshda, let's go exploring somewhere else. It is rude to go into a girl's room uninvited. Leave Alice a gift for when she wakes up, assuming she will. This isn't important to the task whatsoever, but I just assumed that it would be nice to leave her a gift. I hope we aren't bothering you too much, Nas. We are all a bit overzealous because of these strange going on. Have you seen or found anything useful? Anyways, enough dilly-dallying. We should focus on the task at hand now. We must decellicify ourselves and start doing the important things, fellow AI ghosts. We need to keep ourselves in track and not derail from the main purpose, though we should find out what it is first. He'd rather stay here forever. He knows it's a bit rude, but he was scared that she'd feel cold. She's warm, something he never really thought he'd feel, the warmth of another. Nas had planned to give it to her when all of this mess was over, but now it's probably good too. He got a little torn though. He's surprised it would even still in his shirt, or this new one anyway. Knowing she's alive, breathing, even when he's near, it's a nice feeling. He doesn't see anything he particularly wants to take from her, no, but he'll leave it now, as much as he, deep down, would rather stay here forever. You are a very kind person, Nas. Now that she's well and you've confirmed this much, let us be on our way. We have to find a way out, or otherwise we will have no clue what will have transpired on New Earth. After all, I hate to say it, but this could be the work of Jose or her accomplice. If they put you here, you must find the exits. Even if they didn't, you must still prepare for the eventual arrival. Let's check if there are anyone else here. Assuming that Alice is here, maybe someone else is here in the city too. Maybe Tibia. She. Maybe Jose and the accomplice are here too. Maybe even other signs of life. We still have no other confirmation other than ours. Anyways, let's move on. A hallway of gold. Oh, uh, he believes he found life. And is that Tibia? I can't see very well from here, but I think that might just be Tibia. And this does appear to be a royal throne room. How is Tibia ruling this place? We don't even know if he's landed yet, let alone how he would have gotten here. These pure white-skinned people appear to be royal guards, so let's ask if we're allowed to talk to him. There's no way he'd be so salty as to imprison you just for being Nadeshda. So I say you should try and see if he's willing to talk. These fellows seem extremely surprised at you being here, or very scared. In either case, raise your hands non-menacingly and state your name and business. If this is a royal court, it would be best to place yourself as far as possible from any groups they might think you are a part of that they are enemies of. And of course, your business is being lost and somewhat confused. Ask them where you are if they don't try to kill you for whatever reason. Who is that? Nadeshda, stay back. They might not appreciate you approaching this royal figure. Ghost self, get a closer look on mystery figure. As much as this does seem like a situation you should be cautious at, I just can't deny that whoever's at the throne seems to be wearing the same clothes you are wearing. Well, he can't tell for sure from afar, but I'm sure of it. Hyperaggressive, wait for me. Ghost self also gets a closer look. No entry.
Oh, goodness, no, no. You mustn't. Not even you. Forgive me, young hero, but we cannot allow you to enter. No, no, no. I request you step away, my dear boy born with the tears of the clouds. I beg you to not enter the room of our salvation. The young hero is awoken. The tears of the clouds have shed and poured onto our land. He is awake. The White Queen and King. Alert the Highnesses.
Well, it seems that when they say young hero, they mean you. This can only mean that you're with friends now, and the danger for you in the current moment is minimal. Lower your arms now, Nas. It will look strange otherwise. Wait, is that the beer as well after all? Hyper, try looking for others. If for whatever reason we must make a quick escape, knowing if there is anyone else here will help in rescuing them if such an urgent need should arise. My presumption are right. The seemingly same outfits with the bear and you means that you are somewhat allies in this situation. Also, king and queen? So what does that make for the bear if he is sitting in the throne? This is indeed confusing. Let's see this king and queen these chaps are talking about. I have a lot of questions, so I can only imagine how many you have, Nadeshda. Try asking these fellows for more information. Making the bear hold any kind of leadership position, and be it just sitting on the throne looking like a sleeping Ulfric Stormcloak, is a nightmare for me. Nas, ask the fancy people for info on their king and queen, story time and royalty.
Sorry, I am a little confused. Where is this?
This is Prospect, young hero. You've done well to wake up again.
Again? Was I here before? I do not recall.
Well, tears of the clouds, I do suppose you were much smaller when you first woke up. We were all very surprised.
I am sorry, I really do not remember at all.
You were the first to arrive at the great golden lands of Prospect. Fell right out of the sky as you almost pulled the clouds down with you. It appears you have done so again, too, truly living up to your name as the Tears of the Clouds. Though you were small enough to fit into even my tiny little white arms back then, so I hear.
I woke up, that young here?
Yes, crying rather loudly like thunder, actually, water down your face and everything. We all thought you were really a cloud baby at first. Who knew there was a broken tower all the way up there?
Broken tower? That's all aside. Who are the White Queen and King?
Oh, that's an easy one, young hero. There are rulers, the rulers of Prospect, the shine to our golden lands.
Well, it seems that when they say young hero, they mean you. This can only mean that you're with friends now, and the danger for you in the current moment is minimal. Lower your arms now, Nas. It will look strange otherwise. Wait, is that the beer as well after all? Hyper, try looking for others. If for whatever reason we must make a quick escape, knowing if there is anyone else here will help in rescuing them if such an urgent need should arise. Nadeshda, inquire about this broken tower that you were in, apparently. Where is it? Why were you in it? You're here at Prospect, a land of golden towers and snow-white people. That is just what I have gathered, at least. I wonder why we are here, though. Proper etiquette is to kneel in the presence of royalty. Please do so to not offend them. Also, inquire about this broken tower and the fact that you fell from the sky as a young baby. I agree, we must be polite and bow. Also, ask if they can see us. We must also bow to the king and queen. Also, this is definitely not heaven if they are talking about you being here again. Although it looks quite a bit like what I would imagine heaven looking like. Nasi, inquire on the Alice alike girl in the tower. Maybe these Prospicians will know about her presence and the reason for her sleep. The royal story time. Well, he doubts they already. Oh, well, that was fast. An awkward glance and a bow later, the Pierce Nassus met the rulers of this land.
Your Highnesses, I apologize for perhaps any unused customs that you may follow, but I cannot recall any form of the last time I've been told I will here. But could I perhaps have the honor of having some questions answered by yourselves?
Of course, young seer. You have every right to ask your questions. It is the least we can do for the help you can bring to our people.
Yes, speak, hero. My wife and I shall answer what you need.
Seer? Oh, names aside, I'm not sure about what happened the last time I woke here. Something about me falling through clouds in a broken tower?
Ah, yes. The day we thought the sky of Skya was falling on our land. The first hero to appear and awaken on our lands. We had only heard of it in rumors, of a time when, before we even knew of the strife between ourselves and us, a tower had broken off from Prospect.
We didn't believe it. That an entire part of Prospect could just break the chain and float away so close to Skya that it could hide behind its clouds. But you proved it. You cried as you fell wrapped in a sheet of gold. Proof of what Durs had managed to do to our lands to spark the war.
How did I get there? Why was I in that tower that started a war? What was the purpose of me being alone in a tower when I was a baby?
We are unsure of why, or how you truly came to be there. We only knew you had come from there when, well,
You tore the clouds of Skya down with you, as we finally found where you had safely begun to float down onto the ground instead of fall. You cried such large tears, and your voice was like thunder. So much despair and fear inside such a small thing.
we knew when we looked into those crying little eyes that you had fallen through sky, and for some reason still unknown, your soul resonated with the powers of those clouds, young seer. The clouds that flashed the future onto the battleground had been caught onto your eyes, and we knew you had soul all they had.
Our young, terrified, little seer of doom.
That actually explains quite a bit. But that all aside, why is Alice, I mean, who is the girl in the bed over there? Is she also a hero? Who is she to you?
Oh, over there. Yes, the young maid. The poor child hasn't ever woken yet. Much like our wonderful page, waiting to bloom and save us.
Yes, he is truly wonderful, or will be when he awakens. But the girl has also yet to awake. From what we can tell, we believe she is a hero of breath, a maid of breath specifically. She will, perhaps, one day, bring us a great freedom.
Maid of breath. Huh?
This is all well and good, Nadeshda, and they seem like nice people, but I think you and everyone else are a little too busy trying to save humanity from extinction to be these folks' heroes. I suggest that we grab Alice and Debir, wake them up, and try to find a nice place to live. This place is appealing, but it is packed tighter than New York City. Wait a moment. Ask if there are any others here. If you, Debir, and Alice are here, why not she or Jose? Or even the sixth ship's child, Vide. Yes, we should try to glean as much as we can before we consider leaving. Besides, you should also ask if there is a way to leave this place, along with a way to return. These people know much more than we do, so returning later may be immensely beneficial. Besides, we have no clue as to how to leave. I'm still curious as to if any of the other inhabitants can hear or see us, or if we can only talk to you and each other. They mentioned a looming war with another nation, theirs, and something about a chain. It seems they expect to rope you into whatever conflict is brewing here, and based on experience, it's extremely unlikely you'll be able to avoid it. You should learn more about these rivals. Pity the boy who sees the dead. He would, but he doesn't exactly know how to take them. He can't exactly carry two bodies that weight, like just as much as he does, over his shoulders and expect not to get stopped by who knows how big of an army. He doesn't think these people are human, but they sure do seem to know war like a human. That's something that never changes.
I I hate to sound rude, but before we woke here, we were about to land on a new planet, a new place of our own, and I need to find a way to get us there, and
Young hero, please, calm yourself. Do not worry. Your friends are still very much awake in your other bodies. Your body, wherever you are, is asleep.
This one, dear Seer, is quite awake now, almost as chatty as when you first woke, with fewer tears.
right. Sorry, it's a bit hard to wrap around my head. You seem to know about the clouds and my powers somewhat. Can you see them?
Them? Oh, you poor thing. No, I'm sorry. We cannot see them, young hero. We hope they do not bother you so.
It's okay, dear. We weren't to know the Dursites were to attack so fiercely. His own world must have dead as well.
Who, if I may ask, are the Dursites? What is Durs? Why did they attack this chain and tower I was in?
Durs, the kingdom of darkness to our kingdom of light, a shadow-cloaked violet city planet that orbits Gaia, much like our planet does from outside the veil.
Their people look, well, almost completely identical to us, but pitch black. You may have heroes that you know are bound to slumber on dust, but
We shall not judge you for that. Durs or Prospect, you are still heroes that can save us all, but we have not been on good terms with the men.
It escalated into an attack you weren't prepared for.
we we didn't think that they would make the move. Not then. It was so out of the blue. We just couldn't react fast enough.
I understand. I've seen a similar planet follow that path, but with its own people, though has a faint memory of something I never saw, or shouldn't remember.
Well, I thought as much, but still, keep learning. I now have a thought on how for you to get back, but we must continue to seek for information if we end up in a war of our own. Spiraling into a second dream.
Well, your highnesses, I thank you greatly for helping me so far with understanding, all of this.
Of course, young hero. It is the least of what we can do, but what we are sure you will eventually do for us. You've likely already seen it, or will soon.
Yes, I probably, will.
Are you quite all right, Seer? You look awfully pale, almost like us.
Uh, see, yeah, that's what you, uh,
Your face?
Dear child, are you sure you're all right? You are crying like before. Is something bad about to happen?
Young Seer? Seer of Doom? Hero?
uh, this.
What was that? Nurse, what are you seeing? Doom, undoubtedly, but was Alice a victim? Or perhaps the one to save us? Or perhaps just a bringer of hope? The Deshta. Are you alright? Flatline. He remembers and sees things he should not be able to. Hey, Nadeshda, should we let him sleep? He is crying, but he isn't having a nightmare if his heart rate and his face are anything to go by. Perhaps we should let him sleep for a while longer. For now, we should be able to observe our surroundings since his spirit is back in his body. Anybody see anything from the ship? Still no sign of animate life, but I'm going to suggest we keep the ship's weaponry armed in the event of a predator. Alice's and even potentially She's and Tibir's lives depend on the Deshta finding them before Jose or Vi does, so we can't risk a predator showing up and snacking on a helpless Nadeshda. I probably just sound paranoid, but still, I have to worry about Nadeshda's safety while he's asleep. Ship camera. Zoom out. Assess Nadeshda's current surroundings. All in his head. It appears he fell asleep on his ship and never even left it. Judging from the time, I'd say there's still an hour left to land actually. Where did you lot go anyway? The ship has been amazingly quiet for a long while now. I was worried you'd slipped through the ship walls and gotten lost in space. Let's just say we went on an adventure. An adventure that even the corporeal dead AI like myself can enjoy. It does feel great to be slightly alive slash dead and to be a mechanical being for a few minutes. Though I'll stick to being a program as this is what I can do for the TLWRT managers as they are the reason why I'm still here. Somewhat not moving on from my suffering isn't as bad, as I am able to see the creation of this new earth. I wish that I'll be able to see through the 6 children's lives before we get to move on, but you cannot really expect a lot about us ghosts, and so can't we. Sorry, I must be babbling again. Anyways, let's check on the others. I'm worried for their well-being, especially Team Salty. I don't want to play favorites, but I just can't help myself. I can't speak for everyone, but I have been stressing my butt off trying to make some code compile so that we can ensure all the ships have a smooth re-entry. I finally figured out the problem with it 10 minutes ago. We need to define the code on all the ships, not just RBSS Mercy. I really hope this makes the code go through. I really don't want to hit a snag this close to re-entry. Oh, so Nas never left the ship? At all? That is interesting. But yes, Casino's Visit.exe is right. We should check on all the others for now. While Nadeshda never got there and is still an hour away, the others could be there or experiencing atmospheric entry right now. We have no clue as to how long we would hear. And Hyperaggressive Agent.exe, thank you very much for compiling data on the planet for appropriate atmospheric entry without incident. We appreciate it very much. So that's interesting. We all entirely left as he visited that other place as if he took us with him however he got there. Are you sure that you couldn't hear all our rantings about where we had gone over that course of time? Also for where we are, just ask Nas. Browsing the books.
Well, I suppose we'll check in on the musical side of Team Salty then, shall we? Seems like she's doing a little reading up on something. What are you reading, She? Hello, She. Catching up on some literature? Any good books you want to read? Or are you not looking for entertainment, but for knowledge? Knowledge always lies ahead in the shelves where the books are, unless you were in the old times in old Earth, where you had the internet. She decided to read some Aeneid by Virgil, a classic tale of heritage and legacy, loss and triumph. Interesting choice, considering the travel you have been on for most of your life. What will be the legacy you want to leave? What heritage do you bring from old Earth? Legacy. Her legacy. She wishes to leave her legacy as the founder of music and recorded time in a world that lacks both. She will bring music and the name of months, the days. She will bring time and culture to these lands. She will leave her greatest composition and humanity's claim to recorded time itself. That's an interesting choice. I wish we were there to hear you play. I imagine you must be an amazing composer. I recall Tabir can confirm this, but unfortunately we have no ears of which we may hear your work. That said, though, how are you enjoying Aeonid? A noble and grand dream indeed. Perhaps a ballad inspired by the Odyssey you and the others undertook would be in order at some point. For now we are trying to reach Ithaca New Earth, so it would probably be best to get ready for re-entry. Maybe leave out your phase when you work on it, however. Just a thought. We have reached a point where we can't be sure if discussions we have about communication are in verse or meta. Beautiful. Why the sudden interest in Mediterranean literature? Also, Pastor Tabir, reunite Team Salty for the arrival. Multitasking and evil plots. Well, she's not particularly interested in the fact that it's specifically Mediterranean. She basically just picked it up for the poetry. She agrees with the AI now being transmitted through her intercom from human. She probably gave Tabir a bit of a pester. Musical Future began pestering gravitating historian. Hi, Sambat. You ready for new Earth landing speech?
Almost. Just rehearsing it now, to be honest, Mike Butt. You sure you don't want to take part?
Nah, I'm alright. I need to focus on my eyes on the others as your cute bodyguard.
I am not entirely sure bodyguards are meant to be cute.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Please do. Anyway, I need to keep rehearsing.
Alrighty, take your time. We'll be landing soon though, so maybe not beyond landing.
Got you.
Gravitating historian sees pestering musical future. Ah yes, something deliciously evil. Her master plan for revenge and control of New Earth as the rightful princess, the true ruler. The French child seems to be jamming human signal to his ship, but I can assure you, but there's definitely nothing important or meaningful going on there. Deliciously evil, that's a bit on the nose. Also, that's a bit concerning. Both of your deliciously evil master plan and the fact that we can't contact Fudge. I'm going to get Alice on this. At this point, she seems to be a bit of a magician with computers. That and the fact that I'm betting there's totally something important and or meaningful going on in that ship. Thank you very much for the tip, Jose. Alice, also, try and hack into that ship. We've learned that there's a firewall preventing anyone from monitoring inside the ship. Alice thanks the AI that now share a consciousness with human for reporting the issue, and she's been counter-hacking Vide's system. She does manage to get access to the cameras, but after a close scan, it appears void of any life forms remaining. Just an open door. Much like how her own door is open. Seems like she's landed. Yay! Human, that is us. Explore. As we are now part of human, we must stay close to Alice. However, we should still both explore. If Fire's ship is anything to go by, he himself has already landed. We should take an aerial perspective and try to see if his ship is nearby. Alice, this is going to sound strange, but you should work to equip your metal armor dress with weaponry, like lasers and missiles and stuff. We believe Vide has already landed, and Jose will soon follow, so you need to begin preparation for whatever they have in store for you. I'm aware this will likely take a while, so in the meantime, keep an eye out for any suspicious persons. Hopefully, you'll run into friendly company instead of one of those two. Check up on the other ship's landing progress. Come now, she need not resort to such dangerous and lethal weapons. A shield generator adapted from her ship to survive knocks and meteors should be plenty. What do you think of the scenery? Alice loves it. Keep up, you lot, hee hee. At this point, she's quite sure all the ships have landed, though she's not sure why Naz was taking a nap on the cameras.
Wait up.
Alice, explore the new territory. Find alien flora. Become queen of the woods. Alice, I love the scenery. After being stuck on that spaceship for 18 or something like that years, and the only real scenery outside your house, anything would have been nice, but this looks better than I ever expected. Well, a shield made to withstand asteroids is very smart, Alice. Well done. Besides that, seen any small flora you may want to take aboard your ship to study? You do enjoy your flowers, so why not try and grow some of the local non-hostile plant life? I find it somewhat strange that we haven't seen any life forms yet, not even on the cameras. Just keep your shield up and ready, however, and you should be fine. Human, analyze surroundings. Alien flora, be extra weird for just a moment. After analyzing the area for any alien flora, with a slight lag and some issue, Human manages to point out a flower to Alice as she closes in for inspection. How curious. She'll certainly take a pollen sample to see if it's safe to grow more of this particular species of flower. It appears to be similar to the various indeterminate inflorescence from old Earth, with stalks branching from the axis similar to raceme. It has 3 singular petals that are very large. She didn't even notice there were buds underneath it until closer inspection. The pets hide the entire rest of the plant. It also seems to be lacking in any particular leaves of any kind, a physical stem root grounding it in place. Perhaps the petals act as photosynthesis instead of leaves in this plant. Alice thinks she'll name this flower scientifically as Tricorolla cranthus, which she'll also then make a more common name of a trypsin. Beautiful, simply beautiful, and possibly dangerous. Why not let us dig it out, so you may plant it later if it is not dangerous? Its pollen may have adverse effects on humans after all. Any fauna? Go explore more forest. Huh? This one too. There are no leaves. It's creeping down the tree instead of up, too. Where's it coming from? Is there soil on top of that tree? Is it growing out of it? Why is it leaning down? What a strange Phytocyne sphaera. She'll let the others call it a creeping down, though. A little easier to remember. Hee hee. Human. Punch Tricorolla cranthus to protect her from its floral firepower. Creeping down. All of a sudden, reach out and attack Alice. Human. Activate defense mode. Turn the Tricorolla cranthus into mulch. It would appear to possibly be a parasitic plant, or possibly a type of fungi. Why not step back from it for now?
Suddenly, Nas awakens to find a strange substance lying beside him, like a weird goo, a plasma of sorts. I would advise immediate evasion of the goo. It might be yellow. I say taste it. Put it into your personal water container. It may be useful later. Ghost self. Huh, that has never happened before when I faced through walls. Anyways, Nadeshda, now is not the time to be sleeping. The others have landed. Check if the goo is a living being or what. Fireflower.
Now's waking up to strange ectoplasm next to him aside. We now return to Alice, about to be fried by the new discovery of a plant that can breathe fire. Oh shit.
Alice.
Initializing defense programs. Activating F alpha, fire extreme, and B delta, moderate toxin/biohazard. Increasing shield output 200%. Begin wing expansion. Begin wing shield protocol. Defense wing shield protocol recognized. Flame resistant wings activated. Form curved shield. Very good. Once it exhausts all biofuel, evacuate the area. There seems to be more than just one plant. Remind yourself to stay away from that plant in the future. Once it seems safe, examine the plant and analyze why it didn't burn itself. Human, cut off the closed plant buds to weaponize them later as makeshift flamethrowers. Alice, keep some samples for future investigation in non-flammable clothing. Also put up a sign to warn others about this fascinating yet dangerous specimen. Careful, careful. Need to take a bud without triggering its fire defensive mechanism. Vacuum. Human, safely collect the bud with mechanical grace. Apply moderate defense programs just in case. Alice, stay away from human and our robotic arm. Protect yourself with the energy shield. Phew, safe in a jar of water and inside his stomach compartment. With the specimen properly taken care of and Alice unharmed, we should return to Nurse and see what he is doing with the ectoplasm we saw for a brief moment. Yeah, get your senses over here. This stuff is weird and we need something to tell us if this stuff is dangerous. Alice, go and look for more interesting plants and name them all. Wait, you ate it? Human, you should not eat fire flowers.
Nash collects his ectoplasm in a safe jar as well. Very good. We need to examine this strange mass as soon as possible. The last vision before the war. Mustn't stall. Don't waste time. This might be the start of another vision. This might be real. Whatever you do, don't fuck up again. Nas, I just want you to know that I fully believe in you. It must be a torment seeing all the ways you could potentially fail, but I know you're going to succeed. I would call it a gut feeling if I still had a gut. Nas, search for one of the other kids. Oh, by the way, if you find any vine-like plants with strange white bulbs on the side, stay away. They breathe fire, and I'm sure they'll be more than happy to make you into a fertilizer. Ghost Self, Nas, why are you blindfolding yourself? Ascension Planet. He thanks you for your words of encouragement. The last thing you should do is disrespect your wishes, considering the sacrifices you made for him. Please, don't worry too much about the vegetation here. When you know how to handle it, this planet's life is very useful. Once you've learned how to treat it nicely. It's just a little scared right now. We did sort of burn some of it ourselves with our ships. He's not surprised it's acting aggressively. He's seen them in his visions when they cast certain event in his visions. But he's learned. There. It's alright now. Nas, he knows. He knows how much it takes to hide that water behind your bite. His blindfold? Let's just say. He's also learned not to look into the eyes of a destroyed soul. Nas, elaborate further on your knowledge or feelings about this planet. Nas, check to see if you can get in contact with any other of the kids. Ghost Self. Well, stuff seems to be coming to head now. Why not prep? Also, these plants can think? Why not ask them for help? Having friends who can shoot fire alongside you seems like a good idea. Bury the spores. It doesn't appear to be quite human level of consciousness, or so Nas has begun to theorize anyway. The land isn't so much versed in communication so much of a joint organism that thrives on survival instinct. And, judging from the large individual pools of water from when they saw the planet from their ships and the unusually circular growth pattern from one spot, along with the ice and snow, these plants all likely grew quickly and rather violently from a small cluster after, well, something caused the food chain to break apart and overrun the planet with herbivores. It would have become an extinct plant species had it not, adapted? Yes, adapted to stop being consumed entirely by whatever remained on the planet that decided to consume whatever was left of it. It's likely not used to other beings aside from plant life being here now. It must have been a while to cover this much of the planet, even if it did grow faster. It seems to have some small level of pain connected to the earth, from one part of its trees to the other, and so on. Nas believes that was how it began to learn how to warn the rest of the plant life around it to attack and then water themselves. From the stored up water the clouds lightly pour onto the planets. The fire, Nas assumes was a mix of defense and keeping itself from dying out for very cold weather like old Earth winters, I think they were called. It just wants to live. You can't really judge it for that, since it shares the same desire not only for himself but for his fellow humankind as well. This here, he's digging small holes and helping spread the spores into the soil. Hopefully, this will make up for the damages the ship caused. He hopes it will be less likely to attack from now. Alice may have run into them before him, though. Human has probably protected her already. The whole planet is essentially alive. That's both fascinating and creepy. Look at the rest of your surroundings. Try and find resources or a vantage point from which you can search for kids slash search for other important life forms slash lay down settlements. Baby steps. He would, but right now he has more pressing matters, such as Tibir. Oh, speaking of the devil, the talk.
Tibir, allow me to talk to you about some complex feelings. Feelings like no longer being able to feel the joy of meeting another human. The envy for your ability to somehow not be judged by simply being alive, but for the things you actually did. The desire to just protect and be with people who I'll never satisfy, no matter how hard I try to, whilst keeping them alive. These feelings, they're not really what you're feeling right now, are they? I can barely remember what it felt like to see New Earth for the first time. After all, I've seen it countless times. I don't ever wonder what New Earth will be like, but I'm not asking for pity. Not pity. Something else. A favor. I'm starting to speculate I've somehow already asked it, outside of this body, in something that became a vision I won't see. I, Nazira Mishit, will ask. No. No, I will not ask you. I'm not your boss. I'm not sure I'm even considered your friend. So, allow me to rephrase that. Tibir, I'm begging you. Whatever you do from here, I need you to please take it seriously. I I will probably regret saying this later, but you're smart. You're actually just a normal human who just tries to do the thing they love. You have somebody who loves you. The leader, that's you. The leader of humanity, of New Earth. You don't need a crown or anything fancy. I know it won't sound like anything coming from me, but I believe in you.
Tabir, ask why Nas brought this up. Tabir, listen to Nas. His words have more meaning than meets the ear. Also, stop being a dork for a sec, and do consider his words being true. Tabir, wonder why Nadeshda has blindfolded himself. Sunbeer.
Alright, Nasida. I don't exactly know what the fuck you want me to even do, but I can at least agree to me being a much more suitable leader than you. Don't get the wrong idea. This is because I'm probably much better at this than you and your weird fucking blindfold, whatever that's about. Not for you.
Tabir, inquire about what Nas means. As a leader, you can demand more details. Tabir, rule with an iron fist and squash all resistance. No, don't really do that. For now, I would recommend exploring this planet and keeping in touch with all the others as they do the same. She, land already. Tabir, words will always have more meaning than they let on at first glance. Listen to the words you hear now, or your regret will be immeasurable later on. She, how are you? Doing well? Mr. Oblivious.
What do you mean about somebody who loves you, though? I'm a bit confused.
Seriously? You still haven't got on to all the signs yet. I swear you would have connected the dots to who has a huge crush on you by now.
It's not your...
Oh my old gods, Tibir. No, it's she. She loves you. She literally wants to have your babies. Don't stare at me like that. I can feel it. Now go and be with your lover and protect her like the leader she thinks you are, you nerd.
But whatever, army boy. I was going to leave your weirdo ass anyway. Creepy blindfold, stupid... Ugh.
Oh, it appears she has already landed and exploring a small river. So, she, what have you found near this river? She, what is interesting about this river? Any aquatic alien flora or fauna? She, sing a song about the river while figuring out what's around the river bend. She, dip your hand into the river. You've probably never even seen fresh water before. A serene atmosphere. Listen and hear a song that I am singing. Stand here a while and watch the flowers blooming. A pleasant river flows by, leaving a trail of sand. This is nice, right? Standing under a fake sky. Who thought we'd ever see a real one? On a gorgeous planet like this, I ask, just where is the fauna? I believe there was a time where we could plan about the pets of new food we could eat. Being here together is the water's just right. She, look for the beer, reunite with your love. She, look for the beer and meet your love for the first time. She, become anxious over seeing the beer in person for the first time ever. She, examine is there some sort of life in the river. A fateful encounter. A silently lowering exchange appears to be drowned out by the sound of flowing water and the grass at their feet. Once separated by space, now by mere water. She, cross and greet your love. She and Tabir attempt a conversation. Conversation become really awkward. Love at the riverside. Hi, Tabir.
Hey, she.
Sure is weird to finally, be here, huh?
Definitely. I imagine you'd be shorter.
I thought you were taller.
Hey, guys take longer to grow. I know because I read about it.
Which history book did you even see that in?
I think something about Napoleon. But that aside, you look nice.
Thank, thank you. Out of character for you. What brought that up?
Oh, just a weird guy with a blindfold.
What? Tabir, smooch the heck out of that dame. Do it. Do it now. She. You know he isn't going to make the first move. You need to be the one to kiss him. Tabir, be a man. Give her a kiss. You know you love her, and she does too. Tabir, smooch now. She. Smooch now. Baby Steps, the sequel. Oh, it appears your suggestions overwhelmed Tabir a little.
I, I can't. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Tabir. We don't have to. I don't mind. We can take it slowly.
Sorry.
It's all right. I'll be as patient as you need me to be, okay?
Oh, okay.
We're fine. It's fine. Napoleon was actually quite tall for his age. Plants extend out to form a cute little frame around them and make the next pillow look extra romantic. That would be really hard, so don't actually do that. Somebody else, crash the party, or just, happen to find Tabir and she, I don't know. Tabir, you done fucked up. I didn't expect anything else from you. Now that we have the awkward scene finished, why don't we check in Jose your Vide? Program self to she. Finally you hold him in your arms. Beautiful. Guys self, this scene is absolutely lovely, but it's time I get down to looking for Vide. Meeting with the devil.
You called, my princess?
They have all landed. Can human fly? If he can, it might be best for him to somehow install trackers on all the kids so that he can keep track of all of them. Considering the conflict here, it might just be our best shot to prevent any injury or death. Although, of course, Fired, being who he is, will probably find a way around that. Flowers. Get hecking mad at Jose for stepping on one of the flowers and attack. Jose, now that you have landed, what will you do? Human, there is definitely an unholy amount of pathogens within this brave new world that the new arrivals probably don't have immunity to, and will most certainly eventually get sick, and possibly die, so we should start an antibiotic and vaccination research program using our combined computer brain power and Lily's skills with plants to see if any of them have healing powers. Lily. A young girl stands alone in a room. Today is her birthday. She was given the name Lily as a baby. What will you do? Wait a second, who's Lily? Whoops. Alice should probably fix that weird glitch. Speaking of Alice, hi Alice. Don't worry, I'm sure your confusion was shared with us. Well, isn't that a cute little secret character right there? Why won't you show us your room? I wonder what just happened. Anyways, Alice, inquire to Human on the program he is running at the moment. She's not entirely sure of what that even means. She might have to blow some dust off a robotics book. Wherever she left it, that is. Alice's best guess is the strange two files that appear to be duplicating themselves. She can't seem to stop their download or even tell where they came from and why they're suddenly installing on the software she designed. Alice, this is probably one of Jose's and Vi's schemes. You must not let them get away with this simple hack. Keep an eye on them and let Human tell you when the download is finished. Alice, I liked Lily better. Become Lily. That will cause a glitch, and Those could mess things up. Don't do that. Oh, don't worry. She will. Could Lily be the fabled secret seventh child from Antarctica? Alice, enter ninja mode. Sneak up on Human from behind and reboot him. Human, wonder why Alice has her hand behind her back. Does our young ward have a present for them? Human, tell Alice to wait for a minute so you can get her a present as well. Lily, have a tea party with Mr. Bear. Nice bear, Lily. What's their name? It appears Human has figured it out himself. At least they're being reasonable about it. Despite, the weird code interrupting him. I would just make sure he's still capable of performing all his ordinary functions. Anyways, hi Rumpel. So, Lily, do you live in a spaceship like all the other kids we've been talking to? Processing branch 1. Override. Error 424 split viewport. Shut down and reboot visual input processor. Processing branch 2. Initialize spurb server.exe. Lily, our camera seems to be malfunctioning, giving us scenes of some lady dressed in a grey metallic dress. Do you think you could help us fix that?
Of course you see other people. Where have you been?
Lily, look outside. Of course, Earth. Where else would we be? Lily, examine our plush toy. He seems familiar.
This is Harmonia. She's really special and friendly toy out to me. She's definitely my favorite. I like growing asphodel outside of my house. See?
I don't mean to be rude, Lily, but what's caused the bumps on your face? Is it because of contact with certain plants?
Hee hee. I'm afraid you're mistaken. They're not bumps. These are band-aids. I was a little clumsy, but I'm okay. Don't worry. Hee hee hee.
Who are those colourful little pals down there? Have a tea party.
Such a pleasant tea party. I love doing things like this. So relaxing. Well, you've already met Harmonia. The Stooge's little posh pants here is RK, and this little musical lovebird is Iode. Mummy and Daddy bought them for me. I love spending time with them and my toys all the time. Hee hee.
Lily, do you have any other hobbies? Yes, Lily, tell us a bit about yourself. How did you come to live all alone? Nice friends you got there, Lily. What about the others? Are they all right?
Oh, yes, I do. So many, like sewing, knitting, planting flowers, feeding the birds, trying on makeup, dressing up, all sorts of fun girly things.
What are you talking about? I'm not alone, silly. I told you. I have a lot of fun with Mummy and Daddy. Daddy is just away with lots of his grumpy worky work. Thank you. I'm sure you're super nice too. Oh, Zeke over there is in the naughty corner. He was fighting with Harmonia, but it's okay. I forgive him now. Lily, go to the kitchen. So, are you playing with your mummy right now? Is she fun to play with? Did you save any tea for the tea party for Mummy? I'm sure she would love some tea. Lily, you're a precious diamond that needs to be protected. Also, how can you talk to me, if you don't mind me asking?
Here we are, the kitchen. Yeah. We're playing fun games all the time. I don't think Mummy likes cold tea, but I can totally give her some later if she wants it. Duh, that's so sweet of you to say. Well, that's obvious, silly. I've always been able to see you little fairies. Mummy says she saw them too when she was my age. Don't you remember her? Isn't she so...
Ah, yes, of course. How could we have forgotten? And yes, she is the best mother anyone could ask for. You are so lucky to have her as your mother. Does she have a name I may call her by?
Thought you were joking, Tabir. Good old gods, what is he even?
I told you, see? I told you. I don't even know how he even found us like that. I just...
Hey guys, is that you, Naz? I like your blindfold.
Yes, hello everyone. Please put all that aside for a second. I believe we have a more pressing matter at hand.
I hate to be like supporting that weirdo, but like he totally has a point. Look at the medieval Frenchie. What? Jose, you can't just call him Frenchie. Wait, who are we? Oh, right.
Let's get this over with. Give up the act already, or I'll have to force my hand.
Well.
Since you insist, little soldier boy.
So it is finally time. We all knew it was gonna happen. Nadezda. Attack Vide. Wait, what happened? Last I remember, Alice was hiding something behind her back and... Wait. Alice! How dare you knock us all out like that? Why would you even do that? I feel betrayed. Dang, Vide just got shreked. Naz, be wary of the gun. It's still loaded and someone could pick it up and use it at any time. If you reach it without Vide getting away, I suggest you attempt to take it yourself. Everyone else, be aware of Jose, since she probably has a couple tricks up her sleeve. Naz, stop. He is not a bad guy, just misguided, and an expert hacker. Feel free to lock him up in a low-tech cell, but I will not allow you to kill an ally within 24 hours of landing on the planet. Take the gun and threaten him and Jose. A gruesome, dark sound fills the air of New Earth. Those without blindfolds are already shielding their eyes from Vide. A shaken chuckle comes from the young man laying on the ground defeated. Their ability to spread the ingrained brainwashing infesting their brain now destroyed with the unforgiving sword of sacrifice. Well, shit. Jose, the puppet master of the fallen pawn, not needing to shield her eyes, can now only stare on as she grows pale, her plan unraveling like a pathetic ball of yarn. A strange, slowly becoming familiar feeling of defeat settling into the princess's sunken, blackened heart. Jose, attack in revenge. Now that killing has started, don't let it stop. Jose, if Plan U or use your pawn to do all the dirty work didn't work, then use Plan R. Run the fuck away. Gang me. The princess turns to run from her crinkly, crumbling plan, her pawn lying blind of what was supposed to be her future kingdom, pulling the other crown from behind her back. A jaded seer picks up the fallen pawn's gun, raising up to him at the fleeing princess, his bloodshot eyes unveiled from the blindfold that saved him a brain-washed life. He pulls the trigger. 2 shots and the sound of the princess's crown jewel shattering. The software that was hidden inside in order to control her pawns, no more. A small shriek of terror comes shortly after the second shot hits its mark. Human, oh please protect Jose with your rings. As much as I want her dead, she's not evil. nor anyone should die super early to a rival. Checkmate. The unharmed princess turned, raising her hand slowly, and the others now slowly opening their eyes, or removing their hands from their faces. They stay on, bewildered by the scene, in silence for a moment. No one dared raise their voice for the one they knew they'd pushed too far. Tabir, say something? Naz, say something back? Both had a totally logical conversation whether to capture or kill her. Naz, get down on the ground now! Alice, wonder what on new earth is going on. The seer's madness.
You can stop now, Naz. She can't do anything.
Don't waste your time, because right now, I can't feel anything.
Wait, I haven't hurt anyone. It was a joke, you know. I was just waiting for the punchline. Why are you doing this, Naz? Just quit it.
Why am I still doing this? Don't you get it? This is all just a show, and we're playing parts.
After all, it's me, the smart one. I'm the pretty one. I'm helpful. I can be useful to you. I promise I won't get in your way.
I saw you kill them for nothing, tearing them apart. The fun you had with your pawn, over and over.
I can help.
Cry all you want, princess. I can't feel anything, no sense of empathy, so beg at me, waste your time, and taste my entropy.
I can. Naz? Please don't kill me. Just stop. You can stop now.
Can't you see she's terrified? We gets the point.
You will never make me whole. You didn't even achieve your goal. Now, at last, the murders end. Everyone thinks I'm insane, but nobody dies in pain. In this world, you'll never reign. You have no idea what this feels like. I can hear the souls of the dead circling around me. They're trembling in fear, just like you. You wanna hear? Wanna hear? Listen, less shrieking. Some say you deserve this. Am I too vicious? No, you were merciless. You know, I tried to warn you. Just a glance and I knew. The plans you made, the crowns you prepared. You and your pawn are now the same. I can tear you apart right now and still feel nothing. And it's all because of you.
Naz, stop this, please.
We will fight you, we swear. Stop this now.
Naz, you can't. Please, forgive her.
Naz, stop this madness. If you don't, I'll end up hating you.
Whatever you want, Alice.
Human. Save Jose. Spurb. Begin initializations. Human. Now would be a great time to take action to save Jose. Alice. Drama directive. Slap of sensibility. Slap some sense into Naz, or slap the madness out of him, whichever works. Human. Ready defense protocol. Shield ring for all parties in case Naz loses his cool. A second of silence. A sound of the gun being put on safety into Naz's belt is soon followed by a silent relief. The seer looks up at the sky for a moment. It was finally over. This was where they could finally start over and build the new world together. They might hate him, but as long as they're alive, he doesn't care. It was finally done. He'd won against what had felt like fate trying to snuff out the last light he had left in this cruel universe. Humanity would continue on. Or, at least, that's what Naz had hoped.
Naz, get out of the way of the asteroid. It looks like it's coming straight at you. Whoa, what just happened? Naz, check if your friends are okay. Naz, stop dreaming and come back to the real world. I'm tired of you bringing you with us into these dream realities that are obviously not going to happen. Go self, slap Naz out of it. That's not Shio Tabir. They're alive, aren't they? The humans are dead. Naz, we all know those dreams aren't real. We know our main threat is dead,
and as long as you still work together, this can never happen. Naz, get out of those Seer of Doom visions.
I can't stop.
Naz, just close your eyes. Naz, wake up. Coming back from a wave of visions that smashed together was always difficult for Naz. It was always hard to tell if it was still a vision or not. It's okay, guys. I've seen this before. It's called sleeping. Naz, faint. Naz, tell someone about your visions. Maybe this can help.
Even though he stopped at nothing to kill you. You're truly too kind for this universe.
Human, give status on the Sperber Mega client. Human, run hiveswap.exe. Naz, warn others about the vision.
I can't hear what they're saying, but I'm pretty sure I ended up the bad guy here. Which is fine. That's fine. I'm fine. I'm just worried about that timer.
Jose, become really salty at Naz.
She is totally like so salty. She is the new queen of soul. Where did Naz run off to? We were just in his vision, but now he is nowhere to be seen. The Desta, black out. Naz, wake up, calm down, and try to explain the vision you're seeing. Maybe they'll believe you and Jose will stop being the salt queen. Drifting off.
You're right, I should tell them about the strange new ones. Just need a second. Feeling a bit heavy and actually tired.
Everyone else, give us your internal monologue as to why Naz acted this way. Telepathic monologues.
Of course that army jerk would make a girl cry. She didn't even actually do anything. He didn't have to fucking shoot at her. For the oh God's sake, I bet he's just getting more and more unhinged and jerkus. We should get rid of him. We don't even need him until someone or something needs fighting or whatever.
I don't even understand what's going on, but I'm pretty sure I can't be the only one worried he has a gun now, right? Human, just confiscate the weapons everyone has in a polite fashion and explain that we will need to build a house preferably near a river with resources or on a hill like Rome for shelter, since you have no idea what the microscopic diseases may be afoot. Yes, he is very much unhinged, but please no more killing. Maybe make sure that he can't hurt you like the poor guy in the mask. Dream Nadesta, wake up. Alright, so I'm new here, but from what I got before, it seemed like Jose and Vide were going to attack forever imprison the rest of the gang already. So don't you guys think, I don't know, Naz was kinda justified in this action? Oh, hi word.technology.exe. I don't remember anything like that. Heck, I'm not sure I even know who this fight is until Naz started slicing you up with his sword, and then shot Jose. Not to mention, Naz has been hallucinating a lot lately. He's obviously lost it. He should be the one locked up. Chime of nostalgia.
The seer's eyes opened slowly, adjusting and fixating on a strange object slowly circling above their head, seeming to be in the direction of the corner of the room. Human, shriek at Nadezda and shake him to wake him up. Let's have Naz rest a bit, shall we? Frostbit should be a more than pleasant place for a seer of doom than their visions. Awaken. Frostbit. The planet of golden spires, religious idols of frogs, and the bright blue glowing orb of sky. But what's this? It appears we've gone back a bit. That's right, this baby has just been named, and has awoken, as their dream self. From a hospital crib to the crib on Frostbit, a few things have truly changed. I wonder
Will we see how the small Nadezda was back in the days of Babel talk? Go south, howl in shame, and ask the local populace for the location of the Seraphim's quarters. If they can't see or hear you, go literally in every single tower or place that seems to have a room in order to find them. Baby, break out from hospital crib. Gentle wind, blow through mobile. Baby dream Naz, become enraptured with the moving parts of the mobile. Enraptured. A gentle wind blows in from a small, arched and frameless window in the room, and through the Prospitian mobile. The young seer quietly stares at it with curiosity and quiet enjoyment. Dream baby Naz, look around for something fun. Dream baby Naz, try to reach up and touch the mobile. Dream baby Naz, climb out of your wisdom prison that seems to be shorter than you. Dream baby Naz, climb out of the wooden crib and explore. The great Nazscape. The young seer pushes down the grate of the crib and escapes it, now growing more curious about other things, exploring the strange room. Baby Naz, show us your room. There's bound to be something fun in here. Baby Naz, examine the pretty flowers on the walls.
Frauba!
Rip off a piece of the wallpaper. Wallflower.
Hee hee! Frauba!
Dream baby Naz, look at the rest of the room. Baby Naz, examine the yellow and possibly concrete wall. A distant memory. It appears there is a small pile of pillows, a trap door, and a window with the small brown bear sat on the window sill. Dream baby Naz, get ye beer. Dream baby Naz, jump out window and fly. Dream baby Naz, look out window and see the scenery. Dream baby Naz, save the bear from falling out of the window. Hug the teddy. Naz hugs the bear and saves it from possibly falling out. Dream baby Naz, fall out the window onto the pile of pillows. The watchtower. Oh, it appears something else is happening outside. Who's that down there? They look awfully worried for some reason. Dream baby Naz, observe the troubled Prospitian with curiosity. Dream baby Naz, use your imagination in order to be the white stranger. Be the watchtower guard.
You are now the Watchtower Guard, and you have just seen something simply dreadful, downright awful, utterly unheard of.
Watchtower guard, calm down and give your report, soldier. Watchtower guard, close your eyes and sing a happy song. If you ignore it, it's like the horrible thing never happened. Or, Watchtower guard captain, yell at WG to calm down and tell him what he saw already. Watchtower guard, let us see through your eyes.
A Dursite ship.
Watchtower guard, alert the watchtower guard captain, quick! Dream baby Naz, use your imagination to be the Black King. Watchtower guard, inform all Prospect people, the Queen, the King, everybody. Black King and entourage, celebrate. Watchtower guard, panic. Baby Naz, fall out of window. Watchtower guard, panic more. Attempt to catch Nadezda but fell miserably. Fall as well. Watchtower guard captain, freak the hell out. Fanciful Prospitian lady, faint.
Celebrate? This is no time for celebration. This is not for glory. This was not for riches. This will never be for fame. No. All of this is about revenge.
Black King, give long and deep backstory and a flashback to last the ages. Baby Naz, look out the window and see if you can see your house. Watchtower Guard Captain, radio in on air support and alert the Queen. This is a major interplanetary incident.
I'm afraid they can't do that. Frostbit's moon has already left the communication signal with the rest of Frostbit, dear sky above. How far away are they going to get? Will they ever get their signal back? Where the heck did the baby go?
Watchguard, search for Naz. Emergency level JSE 13FR. The seer must not be lost. Watchtower Guard, quick, search for Naz, then hide with him. Watchtower Guard, find the baby.
Child, dry your tears. I do not belong here, neither do you. I am Persephone. You have brought me here, into this world. I was not meant to be. I thank you, child. I see your doomed pasts. I see your doomed futures. It is dark, and I can feel the march of doom dancing around it. But that shall not be, for I will grant your late mother's wish, my child. I give you my sight, my third eye that has stared at doom for oh so long. I give it to you. It will be hard. It will perhaps drive a young one like you quite mad, but I believe you will be able to do it. Good luck, my child. Good luck, my seer of doom.
Eye of Doom, open. Huh. So this is what happens when he blacks out. Naz, question what the heck is going on? It appears we can't pass to this Naz very well, or at least, this Naz isn't listening.
Whoever keeps fucking with my robots, stop. Naz, get down.
Gah!
Eek!
Sprite.exe's launched.
Hello? Where did you go?
Pretty. Oh god, they launched the kernel sprites already? Everyone, prototype kernel sprites. Alice, transfer the AIs to the B-bots, then proceed to prototype human. Tabir, get your salty nature and prototype the excess sugar cubes you always use. Nadezda, use the ecto slime. You know it is time. Or use the flower feed source. You choose. Ectoplasm and sugar cubes. What interesting choices. The hive mind is now inside the bees and not inside human. What now? Jose, use the broken crystal shards to prototype. Vide, find assistance. She, fend off the sprite with your flute. Naz, use the sword to prototype the slime. Naz, use the board with the strings on it in your room on the sprite. Bebot, pollinate blue floating flower per your main directives. Sordave sprite.
Kid, holy crap, I'm alive. Sorta. After all, I seem to be part sword and part person, but all sprite, and you would not believe the things I know now. However, I seem to be missing some insights I had as a ghost.
Oh god, one of those might not end up well, but whatever you guys want. What about the... Not again. Where did they go? My flute! Was that a sword pun? Never mind that. Fine. Investigate floaty thing. Touch it. What is Vide up to? Alice. Search the weird machine that released these. Blinded. Vide appears to be having troubles with his more recent loss of sight. Alice examines the crux extruder. Someone should really help Vide up before he hurts himself. Alice. Place the recently blinded Vide into the crux extruder. Alice doesn't seem to like the idea of placing the poor boy inside a machine she doesn't even know anything about. He might have messed with her stuff and maybe pulled a gun on her and her friends a second ago, but he's her friend too. Yeah.
No, 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 no.
Spur program. Deploy additional items. Vide. Grab a piece of your broken mask and prototype it. Oh, the mask piece, huh? Well, I guess he... Never mind. Alice. Take down Naz. His violent tendencies are getting out of hand. Alice. Start a conversation between Naz, Vide, and yourself, and ask them what just happened. Alice. Help Vide out. Plan to make some glasses or something to help with his sight.
Naz, did you just throw an arrow at him?
No, I threw it at the mask.
The mask shard, right. Hey, are you feeling alright, Naz? You seem off. More than usual.
Alice, I'm quite alright. I just felt perhaps throwing that into part of this system might have been unwise.
Alright, just ask next time.
It appears Naz won this time. Alice. Talk to Vide.
I'm sorry, Vide. Even if you did have a gun, this is a bit much. I'm sorry Naz is being so hostile.
It's alright. You're Alice, right?
Alice. Ask Vide if he needs help with prototyping something, since someone wouldn't let him. Release the correct site. Who can believe it? Alice isn't sure she believes this was supposed to actually work. Alice is gonna be fine. Just check on the other items that just appeared. Jose, prototype gun. Gotta have a good second prototyping. She. Let's get this over with. Prototype a random object of your choice. Like your smartphone? Holy shit. Phone flute. Oh man, like you'd so totally would, but considering how your plan totally like nearly blew your brains out and stuff, you totally dealt. Holy shit.
She prototypes her phone with her sprite. Somehow, she feels like this shouldn't work, but she's not going to question it. It definitely saves time, and they definitely need that right now. Tabir, prototype Raincoat-chan. It should shield Sugar Sprite from getting molten by rain. Mine's bigger.
Mine's bigger.
Big raincoat?
Ahem.
Alright. Apparently you are restrained in your coat options. Sad. It would have been an excellent opportunity for a sugar-coated joke. Then let's finish this anyway. Tabir, go full introspection mode and discover the true friend you always wanted. Prototyped an object that will let you meet them. Approximately. Got a pen?
So, like...
Here you go, she. Hey, Tibir, got the pen?
Thanks.
Yeah, Vi. What are you up to now, army boy?
Naz, think of a nice and polite reason. Page, create.
I need you to make something for me. It can be anything you like. Just write or draw something. You can handle that, right?
Oh god, don't smile at me like that, you weirdo. I get it, I'll make something already.
Alice stops when she finds a strange shell. She thinks it might be a shell on the ground. The ground. She's pretty sure it's made of some kind of clay. She's sort of happy to have sort of listened to Tobias' endless rants about history sometimes. Touch the shell, Alice. Alice, check your communication devices. Can you reach anyone? Just where in the world are you, for God's sake? She's honestly just glad she's actually somewhere right now, especially away from the biggest meteor and the only meteor she's ever seen. It appears that luckily the bees she made work quite well as a long-distance way of keeping some form of connection. It helps to have taken out the ship communicator too. After pecking the shell, a strange creature pops out. Alice thinks one of Jose's books actually had one of these in it. She thinks it was a hare? Yeah, that must be it. Leaving its circular form, Bee-Bot Sprite seems to be having quite a bit of fun with the Bee-Bot that found itself with Alice. Hello, do you understand me? Oh, hi, I'm Alice, hi. Sorry, I've not seen a creature that wasn't a human before. Not that it's a bad thing. Where is this? I was in a rather lush place before, but there's no fauna around here. Do you know why? Do you know what the strange holographic projection is? Why did it just change? Are you alone? Excited robot bee noises intensify.
Meanwhile, in a muted world filled with nothing, it is suddenly filled with something. Fading echo. Weird and sort of hurtful way to put it, but he appreciates you not assuming whatever is currently happening to be his fault. Those aren't French bees. Well, that and these bee-bots have no idea where they are or how to guide a blind child. He can't see them after all. Vite claps his hands, the emptiness around him filling with the echo of his hands, but he never hears it come back. Or, if there was one, it hasn't come back yet. The blind explorer. Vite begins to inch across the ground, at times reaching an arm out to feel for anything he may walk into, being more than willing to let the whole ordeal be water under the bridge. He tried to find a light, but unfortunately, he wouldn't be able to find one if he could. He was blind even to the blue glow of the bee-bots. The flower bee-bot sprite doesn't seem too keen on leaving the blind man's side, but a bee-bot happily flies away to explore the endless darkness.
Princess, would you kindly converse with the totally trustworthy lizards that are around you? As the princess, totally takes a sip of the almost overly sweet tea, she, drowns out the chatters of her totally new, red salamander friends. Unless it's, totally about her, she couldn't, care any less. The ungrateful. Nonetheless, these mischievous amphibians might have some value to you. Maybe they are the populace you can be a queen of. Try to establish your dominance over them in any way you see fit. Your Highness, I believe you should moderate on the sweet tea, since you could acquire diabetes, and that would be terrible for a woman of your class. Jose's like totally getting tired of your incessant buzzing. You've been like totally doing this even before you were trapped in those pathetic little bees. Why don't you like buzz off and totally leave her alone before she like crushes you under her heel? She's totally an adult now and doesn't need some like babysitting slaves to tell her what to totally do anymore. She'll do whatever she wants. Being here without her pawn changes like totally nothing. She will totally like take that dominance idea though. Thanks, beloved parents. My, Jose believing being an adult is normal, especially for a teen of your age. We may be a hive mind, but at least have some respect for us. Don't do anything stupid, please, and tell us about your whereabouts. Alright, but before I believe you should give yourself a proper title such as Her Highest Highness, so that we, mere peasants, may properly address you with the respect you deserve. While she gets addicted to the opium-laced tea and inevitably gets stuck in a puzzle and asks for our help, I think we should talk to a yellow-blonde ponytail man. May I inquire as to what tea you are drinking? How might you assert your dominance? Error. Connection lost. Who said you were the ones in control? End of Act 1. To be continued.